Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey, and today we're talking Week 10 waiver wire, as well as the Cowboys Giants game that just wrapped up. So I guess we'll jump into Cowboys Giants real quick before we get to the waiver. So Cowboys 37, Giants 18. Giants aren't really good, but I mean, Dak's pretty solid game for him. 257, 3 touchdowns. He looked good. Zeke looked like Zeke. 139 yards. Amari Cooper gets a nice long touchdown. Just, they all did their thing. Prescott, Zeke, and Cooper all played pretty well tonight. So, solid there. And then Gallup saves you if you played him with a touchdown. Which, I think you had him in the lineup, or at least one of your lineups there.
Yeah, I didn't need him, luckily, but he came through for me either way.
Yeah, it's a nice little, athletic play there, but they didn't have to do a lot. Giants are just not that good. So, which is, really, the Cowboys, not much to talk about. They played solid. Everyone kind of did what they needed to. It's the Giants, on the other hand, and they're just not able to get Barkley going too much. He was able to turn it into a decent day because of one 65-yard reception. But other than that, 14 carries for 28 yards. So he did have 6 receptions for 67, but other than the one 65-yarder, his other 5 were for 2 yards combined.
Yeah, it's a bad day when you can't even get Barkley going. They didn't really stand a chance from early on.
I like that. I love that. And I love bringing up any stats that make PPR look bad. But so those 5 catches, other than that 65, those 5 for 2 yards were 5.2 points in PPR.
I know, it's so bad.
Come on, people. Right? I think Barkley's just being wasted in this offense right now. Daniel Jones, I don't know. The guy, he has potential yet. He can be good, but he's not there right now. He turns the ball over like crazy right now, fumbles, interception tonight. Just not helping Barkley at all. I don't know. Barkley's going to be good, but you're not getting like McCaffrey and Zeke and those kind of numbers right now. Which is, you drafted him like he was going to get that.
Right. And, it's hard to say too much about him because, regardless of how poor they've been playing, he's still been, very, very good. And, his rank is very misleading, obviously. He missed 3 games in the middle, but, even this game, in standard, he's going to get 9.5 for you. Pretty darn good. Besides for the one game, I believe he got hurt in the Tampa Bay game. He's gone double digits in every other game. So it's crazy to think that even when they're not doing well, he will still produce. That's why I love the guy so much. Is he giving you that top 3 production at the moment? No, but I still don't think he's a bad pick. And Daniel Jones, they made the move over. Sad part is maybe Barkley was a little better off with Eli, but I think long term it's for the best. It hasn't hurt him too much, and he should get right back on track next week.
Yeah, Barkley's going to be fine. He's great, but man, how are you feeling right now if you drafted Barkley over Christian McCaffrey this year?
Oh yeah, you're feeling sick, but
so you should have listened to me as I ranked McCaffrey number 1 this year. So hey,
yeah, so you were correct. I put Barkley over him.
There we go.
Yeah, I still don't feel bad about it, but yeah, McCaffrey was clearly the way to go.
I feel pretty good about that call. It's, pretty solid. And then I'll say the other receivers there for the Giants, we can say Ingram 6 for 48 and Tate 6 for 42. Not much going from those guys, but yeah, it was okay game. I thought it looked like it was gonna be a little closer than it ended up turning out to be. But how many fantasy games were turned on that last garbage touchdown by the Cowboys there?
Time yeah, there. long touchdown by Cooper. Ouch.
No, the fumble recovery there.
I'm sorry. Man. Yeah, that one. Hopefully not, but yeah, you're right. It probably did affect a lot of games.
That's the worst feeling right there. It's to lose like that at the end of a game when nothing matters. But good game for the Cowboys though overall, which wasn't good for us in point spread picks. We both picked the Giants plus 7.5, so we didn't get that one. Oh, Jeff, should I tell you your record here for the week?
Did I regress?
3-11.
Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for the couple of really good ones in a row. I was waiting for the bad one.
So yeah, we'll look to recover for that on Thursday's show. But all right, let's talk about some waiver wire picks. Again, there isn't anybody you're just going to go blow all your money on, unless, I guess, I'll say the top of my list, if you need a running back right now, and let's say against our list is 40% of, you have to be owning 40% of ESPN leagues or less. So that does, limit this. And actually, honestly, if you can go up to like 50 or so, it doesn't really change it very much. There's just not a lot out there. So my number one is actually probably going to be Ronald Jones this week, which it seems like he has taken over that role from Barber. Finally, we hope 18 carries this past week. Bruce Arians did say today that Jones is the Buccaneers starting running back going forward. So if you've been waiting for that, that's good news. He's had 18 carries last week, 11 the week before. But if you need a running back, Ronald Jones, 37.8% of leagues. He's the best option, I think, on this waiver wire right now because he's your one. I mean, he's actually not the only he's not the only number one running back, but there's one other one I can talk about in a minute, but the other one sucks. So it's just Ronald Jones for me. He's the top of the list. I don't think there's anybody else close to him.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, right? Yeah.
It is. It's what it is. There's nothing else. It's him. If you need a back, you get Ronald Jones. And then I'll say the other starting running back now is going to be Kalen Ballage. Mark Walton's out for 4 games now. Suspension. Obviously, Drake was traded. There's nobody else in Miami, but you still don't want him, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot to like here. I mean,
it's rough, man.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a whole lot of carries this year, but that team is obviously no good. I mean, really, he topped out at 8 carries, but he's never averaged over, I think, 3.5 yards per carry is the best he's done. It's very difficult to know what he's going to be, but you just have to hope that he gets a touchdown.
Yeah, because this is a complete, if you need to throw a body in there, and he's a starting running back, because there's just nothing left on that team. It's just him. So he's not even my next on my list of players I'd pick, but he's just one that's an actual starting running back. But I'll say the other one at the top of my list is going to be probably Darius Geis again. We talked about him last week. Probably don't need to go into too much detail, but he should be back for week 11, it looks like then. When they're back week 11, he should be playing. And we don't know what it's going to look like. How much are they going to use him right away? Are they going to, I mean, most likely, you got to expect it's going to be a split between him and Peterson. Pretty good split at best for him, right? I can't see a scenario where he's really getting all the carries.
No, I don't know why you would do that. I would say at this point too, with the injury concerns, I mean, 2 years in a row he's gotten hurt. Why wouldn't you, slowly work him back in, use AP because you still have him. He's been running pretty well. So yeah, I don't expect giant things from Geis, but he is probably one of the better prospects on the board, even if he only does get 10 carries a game or something. I mean, that's how sad it's getting on the waiver wire.
He's one of the only ones with any kind of upside. He really is. I mean, Jones does. Geis has some there, but that's about it. I guess the other running backs on my list for this week are all just handcuffs. That's it. It's the time to pick up handcuffs, basically. Especially if you know you're going to be in the playoffs, why not get your handcuffs for your players? So, a lot of teams, if you have Dalvin Cook, you're probably, a good shot at the playoffs right now. Make sure you have Madison. If you already don't, you should have him by now. But if you don't, go get him. Same thing with Zeke and Tony Pollard. Those two are the biggest 2 handcuffs for me right now that I think we've talked about this before. They're going to step in if Zeke goes down or if Cook goes down, Madison, Pollard step in, and they will be top 10 running backs probably. They'll be way up. They're not going to be to the level of who they're replacing, but they're going to be very valuable. And then, honestly, I'll say my next guy, another handcuff, Gus Edwards, I think, would step in to the role with the Ravens if Ingram was to go down and be fairly effective. I don't think he's a huge step down from Ingram. Ingram's better, but with the way Lamar Jackson is, I think he can make any running back good there. So I'd go get Gus Edwards if I had Ingram. And then, that's my running back handcuffs. Any others to throw out there?
No, I don't have anything else for running back.
It's a little not much there.
I'm still waiting for an injury, or not that I want one to happen, but I'm still waiting for the big free agent to emerge. We're getting dangerously close to the week where it usually happens in the next few
years past of like Sean Drone. Remember that one year? And
Sean Drone, yeah.
he led me to a title one year.
Hightower.
Yeah. Cameron Artis-Payne had a game, I think.
Yeah, Damian Williams last year.
Yeah, there's always somebody. Is it going to happen? Wait and see. You don't know who that's going to be, but I feel like it still will. It always does. But okay, how about wide receivers? Any more interesting over the wide receiver list here? I think Zach Pascal has been pretty good for a couple weeks. He's an interesting ad, but he's not he's no sure thing, that's for sure. But he's been effective, and Hilton should be out again. It's going to be a couple weeks probably. And Pascal's had 2 good games out of his last 3. So, hey, that's playing Miami this week. It's pretty solid play for this week.
Yeah, I think he would be a great pickup if you're just looking to fill a roster spot for a week. That one's really good. Sadly enough, I can't believe I'm saying his name, but it shows
Devontae Parker.
Yeah, yep. I like how you knew just from the introduction. But Devontae Parker has actually been playing okay of late.
Well, and now Preston Williams is done for the year, so
yeah,
they have to throw it to somebody, right? And Parker's been, he's been okay.
He really has. I mean, we usually give him a lot of crap for good reason, but the rate at which he is scoring touchdowns in the last 5 games, I mean, he has 4 out of the last 5. He scored a touchdown. He's catching anywhere from 3 to 6 passes a game. Obviously, he's hovering right around 50 yards, so nothing spectacular. But if he keeps that production up in the end zone, he is worth the play. When you're struggling. So Indianapolis, I still like. That's a decent matchup. So why not? I think he would probably be next in line. I would still like Pascal better, but
yeah, I'd like Pascal better for this week, especially. But Parker, he's now that we don't have any expectations for him. Just a low amount of points. He's just a consistent mediocre player. He seems better now that we've lost all expectations for him. So, other than those two, I guess, it's not great. AJ Brown to me is actually an interesting pickup. He's out of 2 of the last 3 games, his targets have been a little better, 7 and 8. Tannehill's been a better quarterback for him. Still, it was only 4 for 81 last game, so. Not really expecting a lot, but he's just kind of a flyer. Maybe the end of the season looks a little better, but yeah, it's what it is. It's just a complete flyer right now. Yeah, wow, I'm losing names here. I don't know. N'Keal Harry.
I was gonna say
take the flyer on Harry.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were actually going to think that is worthwhile or not.
It depends on how many spots you have on your bench. Honestly, I don't know how it'll play out because. I could see the scenario where it's really just a couple targets a game. He might get something every once in a while, but the majority of those throws are going to Edelman and Sanu. We know that. So, but depends on your roster size. And you never know. You don't know what this kid is. He's, first round talent. You don't know. You don't know. They don't have a player like him out there right now. So, shoot, put him on the end of your bench and just see what happens. Because the rest of the list isn't great.
No, and I do have to mention him. He's outside of our usual parameters, but Josh Gordon.
I don't know about that. I don't know what to think
he got claimed by the Seahawks, which is a great landing spot for him. DK is starting to come into his own. Obviously, you have Lockett, but Josh Gordon is going to be the one of the. The 3rd most talented guy in that team. I mean, honestly, he might be the 1st if he can get it together. And as we've seen with DK, you don't really have to fit a scheme right now. You just have to be athletic. They just have to have another body for Russell Wilson to get the ball to. I don't know what this is going to turn into, to be quite honest. But if I'm looking at the people on this list, he's definitely number one if he's, available in your league, which a lot of people did drop him when they put him on IR. Right now he's rostered in 54% of ESPN leagues. Obviously, take a look at him. I think he's definitely worth a relatively decent amount of draft capital, just because I don't see anyone else, especially in the wide receiver, if you're looking for that, I don't see anyone else that could really make a huge jump like he could. So that's why I say that.
The only problem with him is he plays San Francisco this week, probably won't do much, and then he has a bye. So
true,
you just know you're not going to be able to get much out of him until like week 12 or 13.
Yeah, 100%. But you have to get him now. You can't wait.
Yeah, you got to go get him if you want to take the chance on him. Yeah. You got any other names?
I'm wondering if there's anyone that's even remotely interesting. No, no one that I can endorse even half-heartedly.
No, there just isn't right now. There isn't. Cole Beasley's caught some touchdowns lately, but that's about it. You don't really want to. Okay, how about tight end? Jacob Hollister. He's been interesting here. He might be a pickup if you need a tight end. That's 2 touchdowns this past week. He hasn't done a lot other than that, but hey, if you're hurting at that position, there's probably worse options than him.
Yeah.
So go get Hollister, maybe take a chance.
What do you think about, I think it's too early to know for sure, and he's about to hit a bye, but Noah Fant, he had the big game. It was only 3 catches, but he did go for over 100 yards just because, do you think that rapport is with the young QB is something that we can look forward to, or do you think that it was more of one long pass? And
I think it's probably just the one long pass, but again, it's like in the same situation as like the Hollister. If there's not a lot out there, and depending on your league size and who's out there, I guess you just take a chance on a guy like that. If you, really hurting, you just want to try some upside there. But he has bye this upcoming week, then Minnesota, then at Buffalo. Not the greatest there, but if you just have an empty roster spot, you want to throw him there and try him out in a week or something, you can take a chance on it. There's not, OJ Howard's coming back, and he's at 42% owned right now. So maybe, go get OJ Howard.
Yeah,
take a chance.
Yeah, I kind of like Darren Fells, but once again, I believe he has a bye next week. But he's been doing well with catching touchdowns, and when you get that low, you're just looking for that.
Yeah, he's at 6 touchdowns for the year. He has the bye and then plays at Baltimore. So
yeah, that's rough.
It's ugly. That's why I like a Jacob Hollister probably looks pretty good right now.
Yep, he is. They find a way to use tight ends in that offense, so he would be number one.
But all right, I think that's all I got for waivers. It's it's already week 10, but I swear it'll get better, right?
I don't know. I feel like I've been waiting for this to happen all year, and there just hasn't been a whole lot. And maybe I'm just remembering the waiver wire incorrectly. Maybe I'm just thinking that last year it was just full of people and I could find hidden gems, but I don't know. It just feels a little different this year, but maybe I'm just glorifying last year.
All right, well, that'll do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some start-sit questions for you, so get those questions into us at fantasyfootballprofit@gmail.com. We'll talk to you guys next time.